Hello everybody.
Our respected seniors,
beloved juniors,
and all those who are
joining hand together virtually
To make this program successful,
by keeping their eyes
on the screen throughout the day
all of you are friendly
about the term Amphan.
the powerful and deadly super cyclone
that caused widespread damage
In the eastern India
especially West Bengal.
in May 2020. As a result of that,
a million homes were shattered.
many are left homeless.
from the point of view of a civil engineer. Today, myself Anindya Gupta, along with my classmates,
Tiyasha Ghosh,
Samrat Paja,
Ridhiman Bag.
Keshav Kumar,
is going to represent third year civil, showcasing this presentation on super adopt technology as a remedy for the homeless.
Super Adobe is a form of art-based architecture developed by architect and Cal art developer Nadir Khalil. Using long sandbags, barbed wires, on-site art and few tools, Khalil designed a revolutionary building system. Technology has been published by NASA and awarded the prestigious Aga Khan Award for architecture in 2004. Technology dates back to 1984 when NASA called for design for future human settlement on the moon and Mars. Nadir Khalili proposed the technology of filling plastic super adobe tubes with moon dust and placed together for making a structure. The first adobe structure was built in 1995 at the time of Persian Gulf War for the refugees, which was able to hold 15 people in it. Later, the super adobe method has been put into use of all over the world in Brazil, Chile, Thailand and India, and even in the United States of America.
How it works. After material are gathered, the dimension of the building are decided upon. A circular foundation trench is dug approximately 1 feet deep and 8 to 14 feet in diameter for at least giving room 2 layers of the earthwork to be laid down underground.
Long or short sandbags are filled with moistened earth and arranged in layered or long coil. Strands of barbed wire are placed between each layer of sandbag to act as both mortar and reinforcement. Stabilizers such as cement, lime or asphalt emulsion may be added. The super adobe building system can be used for structural arches, domes and vaults or conventional rectilinear shapes.
Safety standards. The building process is intensely simple, but the structural integrity of Super Adobe is the result of years of research. The structural design uses modern engineering concepts like base isolation and post tensioning. The long coils of sandbag provide compression strength, while the barbed wire adds tensile strength. In addition, the sandbags add flood resistance. The earth itself provides insulation and fireproofing. Anyone can build. Collard believes that the whole family should be able to build together, men and women from grandparents to the youngest child. There should be no heavy lifting, no expensive equipment, and a flexible and fast construction.
We can use Super Adobe as an emergency shelter of 400 square foot house with bedroom, bathroom, kitchen and entry can be put up in about 4 weeks by one skilled and 4 unskilled people. Emergency shelter can go up much more quickly, but if we cover it with waterproofing and stucco, it will last for 30 or more years. In emergency, using only dirt with no cement, no lime, and for the sake of speed of construction, windows can be punched out later. Ordinary sandbags can also be used to form dome if no super dome tube can be produced. Now, why a dome? As we know, the arch is the strongest form in architecture and has been used in building for thousands of years. A super adobe domes are extremely strong structure. They have passed California earthquake 4 tests and with a 7.6 magnitude earthquake in Nepal. Using geometry, a simple compass tool, builders can easily create a corbelled dome structure of various height and up to 20 feet diameter.
Plastering and finishing. All super adobe structure can last several years, but to make a structure permanent, the builder must plaster, which also provides an aesthetically pleasing finish. Khalili developed a system that used 85% of earth and 15% cement plaster, and is then covered by Reptile, a veneer of grapefruit-sized balls of cement and earth. Reptile is easy to install, and because the balls create easy paths for stress, it doesn't crack with time. Advantages of Super Adobe technology. This is an approved technology used in Moon and Mars as it uses the native material. Their structure can be built for flood control, erosion control, stabilization of water edges, hill slopes and embankments, and retaining wall too. This technology doesn't require heavy equipment. The construction cost is low as it uses native materials, which reduces the cost of transportation. Skilled labor is not required as the technique used in this construction is simple. Disadvantages of Super Adobe technology. As the construction of this type of structure is to be done manually, the manpower required is more. Number 2, it requires prior knowledge of Super Adobe construction. So, it's our earnest request to the government and the authority to look into this matter for the sake of million homeless across India by providing them a temporary shelter by executing the Super Adobe technology.
Good morning everyone, my name is Orko Mitra and I am studying in West Bengal Survey Institute. My department is Survey Engineering and second year. So this is this is my project. I present you the automatic hand sanitizer dispenser. This is a machine which can give out sanitizer without even touching or doing anything to the machine. I will just put my hand and it will give out sanitizer. When you see where I have to activate this switch. This is a 9 volt 1 ampere adapter which converts the 220 domestic voltage 220 volt to 9 volt 1 ampere voltage, and this adapter is connected through this wire to the inside of this machine, and I have to turn on this switch. I have to turn on this switch and it will show you that the power is on. The power indicator light, this is the power indicator light, it shows that the power is on. It is a red light, and whenever I put my hand, it will give sanitizer. So you see the machine just gave out sanitizer. I can also show you that the machine just gave out sanitizer. This is a very viscous sanitizer, and it will whenever I put my hand, it will shows that this is the light, which is the sanitizer indicator light. It will show that the machine is giving out sanitizer. This glows green, you see this glows green. So it will tell that the sanitizer is coming out through the help of this sensor. This is the sensor. There is a two sensor. One is the emitter. The emitter puts the white one is the emitter, which puts out the infrared. This is the infrared emitter, this white light, and the black one is the receiver. The receiver just receives the coming out the reflected infrared light, which reflects to my hand and come back to that receiver, which senses that there is a hand beneath the sensor, and it will activate the pump. The pump is underneath beneath the inside the bottle. The bottle is a 500 ml bottle. It's a airtight bottle. The bottle contains the sanitizer. And whenever the pump activates, the pump pushes out the sanitizer, which is connected to this pipe. This is the pipe. This pipe gives out the sanitizer. This pipe contains the sanitizer. It will give out. And you can also see this pipe. This pipe is the pipe which is used to refill the sanitizer bottle inside the machine. You can see I can turn this cap. It will open up. This opened up, and if I put the sanitizer bottle or any kind of hand wash bottle, hand wash inside through this pipe, it will just go to the bottle inside the machine and it will fill up that. And I will tell the main use of this sanitizer machine is usually in the shops, because there are lots of people going inside the shop and out all the time. So whenever some people came into the shop, the owner have to stand another employee at the doorway of the shop in order to for him to put sanitizer on everyone's hand in this COVID-19 situation, as we know. So that's a pretty big job. You have to pay another you have to pay salary, extra lump sum salary to another employee who is just giving out sanitizer. So yeah, that's a very inefficient way of doing a business. So you have to with the use of this kind of machine, you just have to put this machine at the doorway of the shop on a stand or something, and people just come and put their hand beneath the sanitizer machine, and it will automatically dispense sanitizer on their hand without even using any other kind of switch or anything. So it's a very efficient way of using the sanitizer machine. This project is created by me, Orko Mitra, and Aman Yadav and Robi Shah. I hope you like it. Thank you for your time.
এটি হলো মোশন ডিটেকশন ডিভাইস। এর মধ্যে দুটি পির সেন্সর রয়েছে। এটা কোনো বাড়িতে স্থাপন করলে ওই বাড়িতে কোনো মোশন হলে তা ডিটেক্ট করে ফেলতে পারবে, এবং তাই নয়, এটা আপনাকে জানিয়ে দেবে যে বাড়ির কোন অংশে মোশন হয়েছে। এছাড়া এর সাথে একটি জিএসএম মডিউল যোগ করলে আপনি যদি বাড়ি থেকে বহু দূরে থাকেন এবং তখন বাড়িতে কোনো রকম মোশন হয়, তাহলে তা আপনাকে এসএমএস এর মাধ্যমে জানিয়ে দেবে, যার মধ্যে একটি এরিয়া 1 ডিটেক্ট করে আর একটি এরিয়া 2 ডিটেক্ট করে।
Everyone, my name is Shubhojit Das and I am a student of second year civil department. So before starting the description of the model, I like to thank West Bengal Survey Institute Alumni Association for arranging such a nice science exhibition which is conducted in a virtual platform, in a digital platform. And after that, I also like to thank the team which is working in the telecasting of this science exhibition. So thank you very much for giving us this kind of opportunity so we can able to show our skill through a model exhibition. Thank you very much. Okay, now let's start the description of the model. So here is my model. So, yeah, as you can see the name, TRS, Traffic Reduce System. So in this model I tried to explain that how can we able to reduce the traffic. As we all know, in some of the metropolitan cities like Kolkata, Mumbai, Delhi, there is a huge amount of congested traffic, and the reasons of this kind of traffic jams can be any cause, like any kind of accident or problem in signaling. So for reducing this kind of traffic jams, we can use hydraulic system inside the footpaths which can be underground in the time of constructions. So here is the model. You can see I have demonstrated a road and 2 footpaths. So as I said earlier, we can able to fit a hydraulic system inside the footpath which can be underground at the time of construction. So if I can able to lower the level of this footpaths, the cars which have been congested in the jam can take the footpath way, and the emergency vehicle, which is a fire brigade here, can take the path of this footpath and also can able to go to its work, or the work in which it actually have to go to rescue some people or any kind of disaster. So actually the main thing is this footpath can be lowered for clearing this traffic cut. So here we can see, so as I said earlier that a hydraulic system is fit under the footpaths. So by lowering this footpath we can able to clear the traffic. So here we go. So here you can see the footpath is get lowered. So by this cars can able to take the footpath and it can move away, as well as the fire brigade also can take the footpath and move behind the car. So like this, if we can able to lower the footpath and if the car take this way, so there can be a easy clearing of a traffic. So as you can see, the traffic is got little bit clear. So after traffic got cleared, the hydraulic can be used again, and we can see that as we can take the footpath in its normal level back. So as the working of the footpaths get renewed again, so by this clearing of traffic can be much easier. The vehicles which are used for emergency services can take the path and the dense. So by lowering these footpaths, we can also increase the area of the road. And one more thing is also there. If any ambulance or any fire brigade, as I said this thing earlier also, going for any kind of emergency service, so if it's been congested due in a traffic jam, we lower the footpath and it will take that way and can able to get to their work as soon as possible. And after the work gets ended, we can again raise the footpath, so the other pedestrians who are taking the way of the footpath can take their way again. So it will be much easier for normal people also and for the clearing the traffic too. Okay, so as I shown you the model, I have just tried to made a drawing of this model through using AutoCAD. So here you can see a demonstration of this model. As the middle part, I already said in the model that it is demonstrated as road and other two parts as footpath. Okay, so let us go to the another PDF to see the mechanism of this footpath hydraulic system. So here you can see the footpath is been demonstrated in this PDF, and you can able to watch the pistons which are been fit inside those footpaths, as I said on the demonstration of the model. So you can see that I have also mentioned there a downlift movement and uplift movement. As when footpath in its normal position, it's got uplifted, so other pedestrian and the people who are actually walking over the road can use this footpath. And when I have to clear the traffic, I have to get the downlift movement by using this pistons hydraulic system. Okay, now let me show you the only footpath section. Here is the only footpath section, and you can able to see how the piston and pipes are being connected here. So if I push the piston upward, we can observe the uplift movement. If I push the steerings downwards, then we can able to see a downward movement. So here is the complete mechanism which has been showed through this drawing. Actually, the main motive of making these drawings are to make you explain the actual process going inside those footpaths as well in the roads. Thank you. So as in the drawing, you have already seen the pistons, how they are working, and before that also in the demonstration of the model I have also shown you that how it's get uplifted and it's get downlifted. So here I put out the footpath and you can see the steerings are fitted. So let me show you the mechanism of this steerings. Here you can see a steering is get upward and a steerings get downward by the other steerings which is fitted with the pipe in the downward section. So this is the actual mechanism behind the upliftment and downliftment of this footpath. Hope you understood and hope you all enjoyed the demonstration of the model. So actual motive behind the making of this model is that in many of the cities, as I said previous in the video, that there are a huge amount of traffic jams. So if you are able to make a system of hydraulics inside the footpath in the time of the construction, so we can able to manage the traffic very much easily. As well as after the traffic get clear, we can able to uplift the footpath, and the pedestrian can also use those footpath again and again. So as I have tried my best to explain this model, hope you all liked, hope you enjoyed, and if you can able to get any kind of unexplained thing, so you can able to comment. And thank you very much once again. Thank to the WBS Admin Association for giving us such kind of opportunity. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, respected seniors and beloved juniors. Myself Pradeep Samanto, student of West Bengal Survey Institute in GIS and GPS Engineering final year. Now, what we are going to show. a mini program rover, example of active remote sensing. At first, I say about remote sensing. So, what is remote sensing? Remote sensing is the acquiring data about an object without touching it. There are mainly two types of remote sensing. There is passive remote sensing, with source of energy from sunlight, and active remote sensing, which creates own electromagnetic energy. So, here is an example of active remote sensing named rover program. So, Progan was the rover of Chandrayaan-2, a lunar mission developed by Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO), which launched in July 2019. Now, here we will discuss about the working principle of rover Progan. It is totally solar system, included with ultrasonic sensor emitting in sound waves at a frequency too high for humans to hear, range about 40 to 70 kHz, and it's included with 13 megapixel back camera and 5 megapixel front camera used to capture images and record videos also, and an infrared sensor which measures and detect infrared radiation in its surroundings environment. There are mainly two types of infrared sensor, active and passive. Active infrared sensor both emit detects infrared radiation. Active sensor act as a proximity sensor and they are commonly used as obstacle detection system. After getting solar rays, the rover's battery will be activated, which will unfold its solar panel. A six-wheel rover with national tricolor and an ISRO logo embossed on it will descend on the lunar surface after 4 hours moving at a speed at 1 centimeter per second and use navigation camera to scan its surroundings. And an antenna is to aid in the effective transmission of radio waves through space, sends and receives information in every direction. When an object comes in the front of the sensor, the rover will move automatically. And it is a Bluetooth control system also. I can write through voice command and terminal text also. If I write move forward, the rover will move forward. If I write move backward, the rover will move backward. And the included GPS system in this device, you can track location and forecast also.
we all know that the Chandrayaan-2 mission, which was launched by ISRO, was a failure yet a successful mission. The project attaining a success rate of 99% but failed on that 1% on not being able to land on the moon surface of the moon successfully. Chandrayaan-2 had a total of 4 parts, of which the launcher was GSLV-5 Mk3, the lunar orbiter named Space Cadet, the lunar lander named Vikram, and the lunar rover named Pragyan. After the crash landing of the lander Vikram, it was believed to be a failure, but a few months back, a techie from Chennai claimed that the rover Pragyan have rolled a few meters from the point of crash. Even after all these, we can say that it was not at all an unsuccessful mission, as it was said that the orbiter Space Cadet will be sharing information about the moon surface for about a year or more before being inactive. It was also planned to be collecting information of the rover finding via the lander Vikram.
And the main feature of the project is there are no uses of any material like thermocol, plastic, which are not eco-friendly. Thank you.